What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Let me fix this fucking camera angle. Raw TV. I put up a video the other day about the silver lining. It was a story time. And I talked about how, because I had a drug addiction, I used steroids and stuff, I learned how to measure milligrams and milliliters. And that was something positive that came out of a negative situation. Now, I got a lot of people saying stuff like, well, doesn't the negative still by far outweigh the positive? So it's still a negative situation. And I think that unless you've been a drug addict, you've been in those situations, you don't really understand what I'm talking about. Now, that is one of the things that came out that is a positive thing. Here's another thing that I consider positive. Since being in recovery, my life is fucking amazing. Period. Every day is amazing. Some days you get up and you feel like you don't want to, go to work or whatever. You don't want to fucking do this. You don't want to do that. And you step back and you go, I'm being a little bitch right now. All right, is this really that big of a fucking deal? Right now, somebody's curled up in a fucking ball going through withdrawals. They don't have the support to get to a rehab. They don't have the money to get to a rehab. They're just on their fucking own. And they're going to not go through these withdrawals if they don't have to. And they're going to go do something illegal and get hurt and fucking get arrested and do all these things. Am I really in that tough of a position because I have to go train 5 people tonight? Because I'm tired, because I didn't sleep well, because I stayed up late last night watching a movie that was on fucking HBO. Seriously, is my life really that bad? So the perspective you gain from being in that situation to now being in the situation I'm in, there are times that me and Kari talk about stuff and, she'll mention something and I'll go, like, really think that's that big of a deal? I mean, look at it like this. There's people right now with fucking Ebola in West Africa. There's people starving in this fucking country. There's people in this country that are homeless, people that are drug addicts. And when you start looking at that perspective that no matter how bad your day is, no matter how bad your life is, it can absolutely be worse. Hands down, it can be a lot worse. And trust me, mine has been worse. And as bad as mine was, there's people that were even worse off than that. And that, again, that perspective, you can't buy that perspective with any amount of money. You can't go to any university, any college, any high school, anywhere and learn that type of perspective. That is learned through life. That is learned through hardships. And that's learned through coming out of hardships. Now, there's things that I learned, like other things that I consider them positive. Because things that you learn while you're a drug addict, okay? Poverty, because you spend all your money on drugs. Humility, because you are completely fucking embarrassed that you're so fucked up and you try to hide it from everyone. Problem solving, which may sound like like problem solving, because you're always trying to figure out how to get that next fix. And you come up with so many different ideas and work through so many things to get that next fix, that when you stop and look at it when you're clean, look back at it when you're clean, you're like, how the fuck did I figure out how to do that? There's so many different things. There's the perspective of, and this is not good, but there's a perspective of lying to others, lying all the time, being deceitful. There's those perspectives or those acts that you've done that you look back at, and people, now will say, they'll see me now and say, not only you straight up, but you're about as fucking honest to a fault sometimes with some of the things that you say and do. Why? Well, for a long time I wasn't. For a long time I lied, I cheated, I stole, I did everything under the sun wrapped up in my addiction, hurt people around me, a lot of people around me, and I've gone back now, and you learn how to be humble. That's another thing. You learn how to be humble because you have to go back to those people that you actually really care about. And I don't mean it's like a girlfriend or whatever. It's, people that you may have dated, chicks that you may have dated, family members, friends. You have to go back to them and say, look, here's the situation. I know you knew I was fucked up, but this is how bad it was. And if I ever said anything that bothered you or hurt you or anything like that, I didn't mean it, and I'm sorry. I don't know about it. I don't remember. And I've had blank spots in my memory where I found out things later on. Like my cousin Trisha came down here for work this past summer. We went to an Orioles game, Baltimore Orioles, me, her, and my girlfriend Kari. And we were talking about stuff and just laughing about old times and stuff at the game. And I said, did you ever go to a club with me? She's like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, you did? She's like, yeah, remember that? I was like, no, I don't fucking remember that at all. Like, I don't remember you ever being there. But the way you're talking, it seemed like you were. So you have blank spots in your memory. So now you have a tendency to kind of want to find out those blank spots and then mend those relationships. So you become a better communicator. You become more humble. There's so many positive things. Like, here's the negative things. You feel like shit, you do something illegal, and you hurt everyone around you. There's 3 negative things. That's what you do when you're addicted. How many did I just mention just now? A whole lot more than 3. So if you put those on a scale, like someone mentioned, oh, you know, if you put those on the scale, it's still, no, if you put those on the scale, the good things now outweigh that. Now you got to figure it was about a 2.5, maybe 3 year run of, I mean, total drugs going from like Vicodins and Nubain to heroin, maybe like a 3.5 year run of that. I've been clean for over 13 years. 13 years with that perspective, with those lessons that I learned, in a whole new life that's a million times better, and a perspective to look out and try to see something positive. I mean, I get in my negative places too. I get in my dark places, my bad places. Everybody has them. But a lot of times I don't need medication. I don't have to go be medicated to get myself out of it. I can get myself out of it by working through your issues. It's another thing through rehab that you learn. You learn to work through things. You have new tools to cope with different things. So when you add all that stuff up, you go to college for 3 years, 4 years, 5, or some people go 8 years, whatever. But you go there to prepare yourself for later on in life. And that's usually for a job. And people say the experiences that you have in college can kind of propel you forward, or they can affect you in a negative way for the rest of your life. In that 3.5 years, I look at it now like I went to college to learn how to be the human being that I want to be the person that I want to be. And it took a long time to figure these things out. Even after I was clean, I was on methadone. On methadone, you're still not thinking straight. On methadone, you're still numb. You'll still say some things that you don't really want to say, but you say it anyways because you just don't fucking care. Just because you're not high doesn't mean you're not numb. The Suboxone was the same way. The Suboxone keeps you from getting high, but in the morning, if you don't take your Suboxone dose, you get ill again. You go through withdrawals. Again, it wasn't until I stopped taking the Suboxone that everything hit me so hard, because now I wasn't numb. You know, like, it took a long time. So it wasn't just that 3 years that I was, you know, on drugs. It was those 3 years plus everything after it that really, you know, taught me some of those lessons, but I didn't learn them until I was done with everything. So you see, there is a lot more positive than negative that came out of it. And the 3 years out of my life to live through hell, shit, if I got 60 years tacked on to that, 60 to 3 is a big fucking difference. In 60 years of, I'd say, general happiness, general knowing who you are, know what you're made of, know who you want to be and what you want to do, the fuck, I'd give up 3 years for that anytime. Now, when I was in that situation, would I say the same thing? If I was back withdrawing again, you know, that's the worst thing in the world. But, you know, looking back on the perspective, the only way that I can really let go of what happened, and I don't even really let go of it, the only way I can accept what happened and move on is to say that, you know what, it was a long time ago. It was a short period of time compared to the rest of, you know, a lot of people actually talk about relationships like that too. And I'm, in the past, the same thing. I'd be like, look, we've been together 3 years. You really want to throw that all away? 3 years compared to the next 70 years. 3 years is a drop in the bucket. You don't stay together for the next 70 years because for 3 years you were involved in this relationship. The relationship's bad. You cut off the relationship. You move on and you have a better life. I mean, that's how that works. It's the same thing with the addiction. You had a 3.5 year run. You cut it off. You move on. You have a better life. And you learn a lot of lessons from it. And most people, I can't speak from experience from people that have relapsed because I've never had a relapse, not one relapse ever. I'm kind of the exception to that rule. There's not many people that will get clean, stay clean for over 10 years, and never have a relapse, but I did. And I can look back and say, you know, it taught me a lot of lessons. I had to grow up very quickly mentally, because when you start doing drugs, you kind of get stuck in the same kind of mindset you are when you got there. So by the time I was done getting clean, I still had the brain of a 20-year-old, a 22, 21-year-old, whatever I was when I started, which is a pretty immature way of thinking. You have to relearn, you know, now you're 5, 6 years older. You have to figure out how to deal with things a different way. And it's kind of hard, but I know some of you right now are going to watch this and you're going to get it. You're going to be like, holy shit, I'm going through that. I've gone through that. It's in my past, the same thing. You get it. And other ones are going to go, what the fuck is he talking about? You don't understand, and that's cool. But bottom line is, the benefits far outweigh the negatives from what happened from that 3.5 years. And I'm proud to say, you know what? I didn't just do it to party and be a fucking asshole. I did it to medicate myself, found out why, and learned a lot of lessons on the way through. Biowestertraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biowestertraining.com is a blog, and it's the lesson bicep, and we're out.